let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run an on-house or knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Lost House TV. We are
Ready to MC,
and I'm Ray.
And I'm James.
We are back with the next matchup of the slashers in the horror bracket tournament.
We're determining who is the last to make the final 8.
Yep.
It's come down to this. We've got Scream versus
Child's Play.
2 very iconic slashers. Alright, so let's get into it. Plot, sequels, freshness. Again, we've talked about both of these in detail. So we're just going to kind of talk about a few major talking points in this one. The worst one would probably be Seed of Chucky.
That's my pick.
Yeah.
Seed of Chucky.
Now,
And for Scream is
3. I personally actually like Seed of Chucky, just for the funny aspect, but I get where he's coming from in the aspect he doesn't like. Personally, my least favorite is probably Curse of Chucky, but he also likes Curse of Chucky. So, like I said, we're just different on that one.
teeter-totter.
Yeah.
And I'm really kind of glad that both of these films don't really have, like, 12 fucking sequels, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the downside to this for Child's Play is going to be, like most franchises, the more movies you have, the worse you are.
The more chances you have to fuck up.
Versus things like Psycho and fucking Scream.
Yeah, and
you don't have a lot.
In the previous video when we did Halloween versus Psycho, which you should check it out if you're just chopping upon this video. You talked about the blueprint in the sense of like the blueprint, like your script is your blueprint. If you have a shitty blueprint, you are going to have a shitty house. In the same aspect, I think if you don't have the right people following the blueprint, you're still going to have a shitty house. Mm-hmm. And in some of the Chucky films, Seed of Chucky, for one, and for me again, Curse of Chucky, you don't have the right people behind those scripts. Because I know we talked about it, I know you didn't like Brad Dourif's daughter in the film, in Cult. You didn't like her as like the character she portrayed.
I didn't like her as an actor. I don't. I'm sorry, Brad. I love you. I think your daughter's subpar. Like you don't. To me, you don't contribute to the film for real. It's like me and you was talking. Like even though I like Curse of Chucky, they just did some stupid shit like her fucking standing up in the chair and she's supposed to be fucking paralyzed and shit.
That threw me off, dude, for the rest of the film.
With the Cult of Chucky, I really didn't like the aspect of
multiple Chuckies,
but I can still get past that. At least they did something so they can carry out the franchise with something new. Mm-hmm. I did not like the daughter being possessed.
Yeah.
I don't understand the concept of it.
Yeah.
Like, why? Because you already have fucking Tiffany back.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jennifer Tilly. That has to mean fucking Seed of Chucky's canon. It's so fucking confusing, you know? Because where's Shitface at? Where's Glenn?
Yeah.
That's a fucking tangent, okay?
I feel like if we got another film and like they continued onto it, Glenn would have been in the next one.
I feel that.
Because like with them showing Tiffany at the end of it, I feel like the next one you would have found Glenn.
See, the problem is I don't think we're going to get another Child's Play.
I don't think we are. If we do, it'll be like either like a part 2 to the Mark Hamill, Chucky.
And the reason I say that is Don, the original creator for the Child's Play, he's focused on the TV show.
Yeah.
Now, he's not focused on another movie, so we're left with a fucking cliffhanger of just an army of fucking Chuckies and you know Brad Dourif's daughter.
If we were talking about Scream, is there a character that stands out to you that you just didn't like throughout any of the films?
I'm gonna say no because I love Sydney. I love fucking Dewey.
Like the main cast is
Gail
great.
Weathers.
Randy is probably my favorite.
Randy, it was so fucking hard to see him go over.
Dude, I fucking hated it.
But you know, just his fucking monologue in that film set the fucking precedent for almost every fucking franchise from that point on.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he was such a vital character. They brought him back for 3, and he died in 2.
As a fucking, basically like a fucking cameo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he knew he was going to die. I'll give you this video. Like, if you get to a trilogy, and that's the thing. Every film, he gave you the breakdown for how they would go. And it's so fucking meta, and I love it. I don't see it logically how they could pitch that to Sydney and get her there.
They want to make a motherfucking movie, Bobby?
Yeah, they're going to make a movie about you because of that. And all the traumatized shit that you had to go through, finding out that your mother's killer wasn't the actual person, so you put an innocent man in fucking jail.
If you was to ask me that on the surface, I would say, fuck yeah, make a film. But if I actually put myself in that fucking situation where my mom got killed, and I fucking put an innocent man in jail, and he keeps coming for me, you don't know who the fucking killer is? Nah, fuck that.
Exactly.
I don't want more exposure so a fucking crazy fan can start.
That's why I was so down for like what she did in the third one. I was the killer. I would have been thinking like, how the fuck do I get Sydney here? Or like even as like the writer, how do I get Sydney here? And they didn't give me an organic way.
And 3 had like a lazy reveal too. Like at least in 4, like it was more modernized, but at least they kind of threw out the rules. Like, hey, it's our rules now. We're making the movie.
Exactly.
And I can't wait to see what the fuck we do with 5.
I can't either. So basically, the way I feel like we're talking about this, I feel like Scream's taking the first one.
Scream's taking the first one.
So now we're getting into the box office.
Yes, sir. So Child's Play, the lowest in the franchise was The Cult of Chucky. It only brought in $2.2 million. Mm-hmm. The highest being actually The Bride of Chucky, bringing in $50.7 million.
This is pretty good.
You add up all the films in the franchise, including the remake, you get $134.5 million.
You get to Scream. The lowest one they made was $97 million, and that was the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
And the highest one you get is, of course, the first one at $173 million, which is more.
You know what that means?
Yeah, it's more than just the entire Child's Play that he told you. And they had 8 films. This one had 4. They just did it better.
That's saying something, though, bro. Like, they kept it fucking clean, you know?
Exactly. So
they kept it there.
Total gross, 485.8, which means Scream goes up 2-0 on this one.
Sorry, Chuck, but gotta pull something out of your ass right now, buddy.
All right, so let's get into it now. We're in round 3 for this, and it's audience scores, critical response. How did the critics receive the films in general? How did the audience, because we've had it where the audience hugely disagreed with the critics. And then we've had where the critics thought the movie was really good, and then the audience just fucking hated it.
So we'll get into the critical response of Child's Play. The low being the third, Child's Play 3, where Andy goes to the Marine School and he's hunted down by Chucky. You got 4.02 out of 10.
It still isn't bad.
No, that's a lot better than some of that we thought was better. The high being the first one, 6.31 out of 10. You average all these films out, including the remake, you get about 5.5 out of 10. Slightly above average.
Which, if we go critically, that means that Child's Play is a better franchise than Halloween and Friday the 13th. And I can't agree with that. But
imagine that.
Yep.
Critics.
So we go to Scream. The lowest one is going to be 3. 5.2 out of 10. 5.21 out of 10, though. That's still better than a lot of the Friday the 13th films.
Yes, sir.
And that's blows my mind. Because there's no way you could tell me, like, bro, we can either watch the third Friday the 13th film or we can watch the third Scream film. Like, let's watch fucking Friday the 13th, the third film.
Fucking critics can take a horse collar, dude. It's bullshit.
And then you get the highest, and it's the first one, and it's 7.05 out of 10. I personally think that should be higher. But again, critics, to each his own. Whatever. You average it all out, we get 6.23 out of 10.
Which means, so far, out of these two,
Scream's out ahead.
Got one of them. So, audience scores. Child's Play. The lowest is, again, the third movie, Child's Play 3, at only 29%. The highest, surprisingly, because this was not a theatrical release, being The Cult of Chucky at 79%.
Which we didn't talk about in the other one because...
No, we didn't.
I so looked past it. Because I was just like, there's no way it could have been like whenever we did it, I wouldn't have thought it.
See, I don't agree with that because I think my favorite film out of the whole Child's Play franchise...
Bride of Chucky.
No, mine's is Child's Play 2.
Oh.
Hands down.
I thought you were going to say Bride of Chucky because that is really dope.
But the high is 79%. You average everything out, you get 55.13%.
Which is, again, solid.
Yep.
And you get the Scream. Lowest you got is 39%. That's the third one. The highest, shockingly, is number 2. You average it all out, we can come up to 65%. Which means, in a sweep,
Scream
takes Child's Play. Which is the second sweep Scream has done against classic slasher films.
Yep.
It swept Nightmare on Elm Street, and it swept Child's Play. All right, we will talk about preference. We'll talk about preference. All right, so which would we be more scared of? Now, again,
this is interesting though.
So
because Scream, you don't know who the killer is.
Yes. So here's the thing: if we were to talk about the original Chucky doll versus the original Scream film, as a male, I would probably end up being Randy or Dewey, if I was to survive. Even in those situations,
I would be Gail Weathers.
All right. Even in those situations, like say I was Randy, say you were Dewey in the situation, you still got stabbed in the fucking spine.
Word.
I still got shot in the fucking shoulder. So like, we took some damage. And we didn't really have to fight the motherfucker, honestly. It just happened.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. But in the sense of like, if you were to put yourself in Sydney's place, and the fact that there's somebody who's constantly calling you, constantly stalking you, constantly, and you don't know who it is.
Versus fucking Andy, like you still being a child, and this motherfucking possessed doll's killing all your fucking family and friends, and he wants to take over your fucking body.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a tough choice, man.
It's a real tough choice. I feel like the aspect of not knowing the killer the whole time,
that's the biggest thing.
Would be
that's fucking mental.
It would be enough to push it for Scream. However, if we brought in the remake of Child's Play, and you get the dude that could control fucking everything,
fucking like phone, cars, fucking AC,
I have to go with Child's Play in that situation.
If we're considering the whole franchise, then because we had this debate the last time, remember?
Yes.
That's why fucking Child's Play took the win over Texas Chainsaw.
I usually try to go to the point where like, okay, what is the scariest version in this one? What is the scariest version in this one? You know what I mean? So like the scariest version in Child's Play is the remake, honestly.
Yeah, because it's
just all the electronics you can control, it's fucking terrifying. The most strong and like dangerous like Scream, even though I don't like the film, it's probably 3. And that's because he had a fucking bulletproof vest on.
Yeah.
So he got shot several times and then bam, look, oh, he's back.
It's still regular people.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
it's the fucking thing of being. It's the aspects of the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Versus the aspect of the unknown of every motherfucking thing around.
Yeah.
You.
And that's I wouldn't disagree. I was just saying like if we did take the strongest Scream person, it's probably 3, and that's because like again he has a bulletproof vest, and it's still out of nowhere. Like it's still the aspect of not knowing who is chasing you.
Yep.
But even with me knowing that this doll is controlling everything, even if I come up to him, there's a solid chance something might just come out of nowhere and just take me out. A fucking drone might take my head off like that, and I'm done.
Fucking teddy bear might sneak behind you with a knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't fucking know.
So in the fifth from this battle, Chucky takes it. Honestly, Chucky would probably take most battles in the film from this. Yeah. Like most. I'm not saying all, but most. At least definitely all of them in the slashers.
You know, it'd be a damn good matchup though, which isn't. It wouldn't fall in the horror. Fucking Terminator versus the remake of Child's Play. Because you can have an army either way.
Yeah, either way.
Like I know in the movie it was basically like he took over like fucking like drones and fucking other toys. But if he wanted to, he can fucking take over cars.
He did take over a car.
Yeah, that one scene he can fucking take over machines.
But again, so Scream's gonna take it, and if we got to fear from this, Child's Play probably would have took it. I really hope we get to talk to the next one. I feel like it will happen.
It will happen, yeah.
Because it's Halloween versus Scream. And again, that's my second favorite horror franchise versus his favorite. So it's another battle. Just going to be like Friday the 13th. And I feel like it's going to be a rant just like the last one. Or at least like we have to talk it out.
I think the problem that we have with Halloween and Friday is that there was so much similarity.
Yeah.
At least with this one, it's different.
It is a different take. It is definitely a different take. So maybe we won't be so...
That won't be...
Not even biased, but like against each other for it. Like, no, it's this one. We have to go with this one to the point we have to flip a coin. Like, we might be able to at least sway each other now.
Yeah, I don't think it will come to a coin toss. I don't think so.
I don't either. That's it for this one. Screen takes it in a sweep. Tell us why Child's Play should have won if you actually think they should have won. One
thing I want to say, and this is completely random. Fucking R.I.P. Wes Craven, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I shit you not. When he died, bro, I was sad as a motherfucker.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was a fucking genius. He brought you fucking Scream, fucking Freddy Krueger. I mean, I'm going to be sad when fucking John Carpenter dies, bro.
Kane Hodder dies.
I know.
Shit, Brad Dourif. Hell, I'll be sad when Tony Todd dies, honestly. And I'm not even that big a Candyman fan, honestly.
Yeah, but fucking Wes, thank you for bringing us Scream, dude. Like, could you imagine a horror franchise just without Nightmare and fucking Scream?
Oh, dude.
It'd be a whole new ballgame.
It would.
And maybe not for the better.
No.
You know? So, Wes, thank you, bro. I know
Thank
you're
you,
not
Wes.
exactly hearing this, but you're giving credit where credit's due.
Yes.
Salute, man.
Salute. And on that, that'll be it for us, guys. Deuces.
Adios.